Welcome to MEA's e-learning channel. In this session on art and pedagogy, we are going to look at abstract expressionism. Now, we see two artistic paintings over here. On one side, we see the very famous painting Mona Lisa. You can see how defined the features. So very realistically that painting has been done. So as if that painting is almost three-dimensional in nature. The expressions, we can all relate to that kind of a painting. Even in India, we have Raja Ravivarma who paints in this manner. On the right side, you see a riot of colors. Now, this is also quite commonly seen nowadays, Now, this type of painting, we call it abstract paintings or abstract expression. It does not convey any particular object or thing or person or anything. But at the same time, it does create a kind of an artistic expression which is appreciated by one and all. So this is another moment, what is it, abstract expressionism. It came in the 40s, especially it emerged in United States. So the emphasis was on spontaneous, automatic and gestural painting. That the techniques of the painting, it is not that the painter plans out to do a particular figure or anything. It is the painter's or the artist's internal feelings and his expression that is being displayed over there. It can be a response to a trauma or things like that, and especially at that particular time period between 1940s and 50s, you can see the Second World War almost at the peak and coming to an end, and all the trauma of the war, almost all over the world people were experiencing it. And that is the time this new art form also came out as if expressing what is happening in this changing world. Now, if you see these pictures, you will see that they are really huge pictures. You see Mona Lisa, although it's such a world famous painting, that painting is hardly, you could say, 4:3. When you really see the actual painting, you may not think it's a great thing. Oh, this is what it is, you would say. But then here, most of these abstract paintings, they are very huge. In fact, it is as if the painter wants you to just get immersed into that. This painting over here, red over red. Here, it's mostly, here it's used the colors which are similar in nature. And here, the painter or the artist wants a viewer to immerse themselves into the painting and experience the painting. So they are typically a large viewer they want the viewer to feel its emotional impact. So that is a very important aspect. And as you can also see that the brush strokes, so they are very large and they are very, there's no, what is it, fineness to it, or there are no fine lines in it. Because it does not actually, it is not trying to copy anything. It is actually based on the emotions of the painter. Now you can see on one side one of the paintings, or it is actually, it is not, it could be an installation also. It was all this, what is that, brushes, different kind of brushes. So they could use various mediums. That's what in abstract paintings or in abstract expressions. These could be different kinds. So here they are on the one side you can see the painter has just used one color and different shades of that one color. On the other side you can see that there are different kinds of brushes that has been arranged in a particular way. So it could be the way that the painter or the artist wants to express. So the gestural brushwork is nothing but using the brush strokes in a very casual and in a very in a very wide manner while they are making sweeping strokes or expressive strokes with paintbrush, often using, and they use very thick layers of paint. So it is not finely crafted to impress the viewer with the fineness of the quality of the work, but rather with very bold strokes of colors. So you could see here, you know, what do you say, flowing colors, different colors of the brush has been used. And you can see the brush strokes, they are very thick, as if a small child has drawn all this. It's up to you, the viewer, to make your own impression about it. Now, one thing we notice in this is these abstracts are also, they do not represent any kind of imagery. Of course, like Michelangelo's work was a woman, or it could be something you see in nature. It was some artists, they like Claude Monet and all, they draw the nature, beautiful gardens and things like that. So it wasn't even the beauty of the nature. It was not even representing something, like for example, like see love, when you are representing love, you show flowers or you show a red heart or something. So it was not even representing any kind of an image, nor was it copying any image. They do not depict any kind of recognizable objects from the physical world. Instead, abstract shapes are created to give an emotional impact. So depending upon the viewer's emotional mood, you would create a meaning for that particular painting. So you can see they are sweeping, you know, strokes. Maybe I would see it as like some water, or it is a pathway, or if I am in a very glad mood, it's a cool day, I would say. If I am in a sad mood, it would be a blue day. Blue represents sadness. I mean, these are individual things. So giving a kind of you know, expression to the painting, that is done by the viewer. So color is an important element. So bold colors, especially, you know, they convey emotion and mood. So bright colors are used when you want to show a very happy, or you know, full of energy or things like that. And you use subtle or dark colors that sort of gives a sense of a somber mood. So the color choice has a play. So here are some of the examples of abstract expressionism. Now, it is always often associated with the idea of spontaneity. So, and also here the artist is not thinking about making something, but as the artist starts painting, the ideas come, and on that spot the artist you know, creates a style of what he wants to develop. So the artist does not plan in advance as to what that painting would be, or what that final painting would look like that. So the painting follows the mood of the artist also. So the emphasis on the process, on how it is being done, how the painting or how the artwork is done. So the physical art of painting, the psychological and emotional state of the artist, and the finished work is seen as a record of the artist's creative process. So it is the artist's creative process, the emotions that went into creating that particular art form. And you know, like other art forms also, this has also his share of challenges, because what is it trying to convey, somebody might ask. So they say it is very abstract, it is not conveying any kind of meaning. So so anybody can do it. I will throw some colors on it and say this is abstract painting. So there is no reality, and does it require really skill and technique? Anybody can do such a painting. So these are some of the questions that come. So and also another group of people felt that it was very elitist in nature, it was exclusive, and perhaps only a small group of very elite kind of people, wealthy collectors, they were only interested in this type of art. It was not meaningful to the larger public. So it was felt that this kind of art, it is only catering to a few people. But nevertheless, it was quite popular even then. Even in the Indian scene, we have many artists who have become very popular in the scene, and there are collections are priceless. So we have seen some of the features of abstract expressionism. Thank you, students.